What's up, YouTube? Yeah, this is my response to Tracy McGrady and him saying that the NBA is watered down because of Stephen Curry is the unanimous MVP. I'm gonna give you my opinion. He said the NBA is watered down. I'm gonna give you my opinion. Some of you might know what it already is gonna be. The NBA is watered down. Oh yes, it is. I agree with Tracy McGrady. It's absolutely watered down. Charles Barkley said the same thing. It's watered down. It is watered down. Don't let ESPN and fucking spin this fucking hamster wheel in your fucking ear. Don't let them brainwash your ass and say it's not. Yes, the fuck it is. I remember I was channel surfing earlier because I was trying to I was trying to go watch one of them judge shows on TV earlier today before I went to school. So I was channel surfing. I seen Stephen A. Smith on the first take. I was just channel surfing because it wasn't on TV at the time. So I'm like, okay, I just sat back and watched that for a second. And when he said the NBA is not watered down, and then he didn't give a good reason, he said, well, it has evolved and players it's more of a shooters league and all. Like, you're right, it is more of a shooters league, but he really didn't give you a good reason why the NBA is not watered down. Okay, the NBA has a big market. They have a big marketing when it comes to like jerseys and shit like that. Okay, fine. And they market all over the world, I guess. Fine. But we're not saying financially the NBA is watered down. What we're saying is the NBA is watered down by the quality of play. The quality of play is fucking trash. It's fucking garbage. I'm sorry. If you offended by my video, you better click the fucking X button in the upper hand corner because it's the fucking truth. The NBA is watered down like a motherfucker. I have no interest in the playoffs. Is really fucking trash this year. This season was trash. The Western Conference wasn't even that strong this year. People talking about how much the Western Conference is way better than the Eastern Conference. And I'm like, I kind of disagree with you right there. Actually, it's about the same. If anything, the Eastern Conference is probably stronger than the West this year. And that's saying something. Because the West, how the fuck you got you got one team that won 73 games, and then you got another team in the San Antonio Spurs that damn near won 70 games their damn self. They could have won 70 games if they really wanted to. If they really wanted to, they could have won 70-plus games too, the Spurs. They just sat out their players because they didn't really give a fuck. So, but the West was weak as fuck this year. The West was weak. The East was ass too. It was ass. The NBA is fucking trash. Like, the playoffs has been garbage. Every series been horrible. It's been blowouts, boringness. The only series that was interesting was the Toronto Raptors and the Pacers and the Pistons and the motherfucking Cavaliers. I know the Pistons got swept, but the Pistons they played them hard every fucking game. They took them to the limit. Damn near every game. Except game 2. But every other game, they took them to the limit. They damn near won. The Pistons could have easily won 2 or 3 games. And I'm going to tell you why they could have won at least 2 games in a minute. But the NBA is watered down. When you have Stephen Curry, the motherfucking unanimous MVP, which is bullshit because there was NBA players in the past that should have been unanimous fucking MVPs if that was the case. Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson. Okay, there was players that won MVP that was never unanimous though, never, because the competition was so much greater back then than it is now. Like, who was in MVP's race this year? How the fuck Stephen Curry is unanimous MVP? LeBron put up good numbers too. He carried that Cavaliers team. Without LeBron, that team is a maybe 25, 30 win team at best. Seriously. I'm not even trying to be funny. They are maybe 30-win team at best. You take Kevin Love and LeBron off, especially LeBron, they are 30-win team at best. I mean, fuck. At least Stephen Curry, he got fucking Bogut. He was the man in Milwaukee. Iguodala, he was the man in the 76ers at the 76ers. They got Space there, and Livingston, he was good when they drafted. Well, the Clippers drafted him. I mean, I'm not hating on Stephen Curry, but he's overrated as fuck to me. I'm sorry, people. Stephen Curry is the most overrated player in NBA history, right as of right now. Because people talking about he's a top 5 point guard of all time. I'm like, people putting him over Isaiah Thomas. I'm like, bullshit, bullshit. Just because he took a shit on Magic Johnson in 1980 fucking 9 playoff series does not mean that Isaiah Thomas is not a top 5 point guard in NBA history. Just because he outplayed Magic. I don't want to hear that shit. And Stephen Curry, he's not he's not a top 5 point guard of all time. I don't give a fuck. He did average 30 points a game. Okay, he averaged 30 points a game. It was players in the past that also averaged 30 points a game. Kevin Durant, I think last year or so, averaged 30 plus points a game. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? And he won MVP. I'm just saying, there were players in the past that averaged better numbers than Stephen Curry. The only number that Stephen Curry averaged better than the players in the past is his 3-pointers. Because he shot fucking billions of threes and shit. So did the Warriors. That whole team made over 1,000 threes, which is ridiculous, by the way. That's ridiculous how many threes they made. That's fucking ridiculous. You got Klay Thompson shooting damn near 300 threes. You got Iguodala making over 150 threes and shit. You got fucking Barbosa making 150, like 100 plus threes. Like, this shit crazy. I think the main reason why I think Stephen Curry is overrated is because people put him on his pedestal as a top 5 point guard of all time. And that buzzed the shit out of me. So you telling me he's better than Magic? He's up there with Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Jason Kidd, John Stockton. Who else? A point guard back then. Not Jerry West, but it's top 5 point guards of all time. So you saying better than Isaiah, Magic, Stockton? Hell, I don't even think he better than Gary Payton. He up there with Jason Kidd and motherfuckers like that. I don't think so. He not up there with them. I don't even think. Nah, he better than Steve Nash. I'll give you that, but he ain't the best point guard of all time. Let's look at his. Let me tell you why. Another reason why he overrated. This guy, people say he plays great defense or whatever. How? Yeah, he averaged. He led the league in steals. Okay, but the number can be misleading sometimes. Just like blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like Andre Drummond, for example, he averaged over a block and a half, damn near 2 blocks a game. But do I think Andre Drummond got great defense? No, he doesn't. Not to me, he doesn't. He don't have great defense. He not a great rim protector. Andre Drummond can easily average 3 to 4 blocks a game instead of 1 block a game. He not a great defender. He ain't throwing people fucking center shit. Only time he blocks somebody's shot is from somebody from behind or some shit. I don't think Andre Drummond got the greatest defense in the world, but he averaged damn near 2 blocks a game, like a block and a half or whatever the fuck. He not a great defender to me. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So James Harden, he averaged what? Damn near 2 steals a game. But guess what? Everybody criticized him on his defense. Yeah, he averaged damn near 2 steals a game. Like I said, the number is misleading. The steals per game is misleading. But James Harden, his defense is fucking horrendous. That shit is terrible. You could throw me out there and I'll play better defense than James Harden. On some real shit. I will play better defense than James Harden. That's how bad his defense is. And he averaged damn near 2 steals a game. So that number is misleading. Stephen Curry is the same deal. He don't have great defense. Not perimeter defense. He's all right. I'm not saying he's a horrible defender, but his defense is nowhere near the level of the way people saying it is. No fucking way. No way. You saying he a great perimeter defender like Tony Allen or some shit? Or Chris Paul got better defense than Stephen Curry. He does. Chris Paul got better defense than him. What about another guard? He might not be a point guard. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He got very good defense. But he ain't averaging a shitload of steals. But he had very good perimeter defense. Is he a better defender than him? No. Is he a better defender? Okay. Is he a better defender than Rajon Rondo? No. I know Rondo, his production going down on the defensive side of the ball, but it's still better than Stephen Curry's. I'm sorry. But so, yeah, I think Stephen Curry is overrated. He don't have no mid-range game. How often either he shoots a 3 or he shoot a fucking layup. He don't got no mid-range game. Nothing. He don't got a fucking post-up game. He don't create that much separation. You know what I'm saying? So, he not a shot creator when he comes to... He don't shoot off balance. He don't do none of that shit. He not even a great fucking... He not even a great distributor like that. He ain't. People talking about it's because the way the Warriors run their offense. Bullshit. You the fucking star. You supposed to... He ain't that great of a passer. Not to me, he's not. And he's the unanimous MVP. Get the fuck out of here. That's when you know the NBA watered down. I'm just saying, I'm not hating on Stephen Curry, but I'm just saying he's overrated. Pump your fucking brakes, people. Don't let ESPN get in your fucking head. Next thing. Another reason why the NBA is watered the fuck down. The lack of development in these players. These players that comes into the NBA nowadays, they don't like centers. There's no real centers in the NBA anymore for real. Now, Karl-Anthony Towns off the Timberwolves is a rookie. I think he has potential. I think he's going to be a beast. Because he can do a lot of shit. He's a true center, though. He get in the post and he posts your ass up. I like his game a lot. Andre Drummond is a true center. I like Andre Drummond. He's athletic. I know I said he ain't got a great defense, and he doesn't. But on the offensive side of the ball, he's a fucking monster. His hook shot, he got a crazy-ass hook shot. That bitch go in like 90% of the fucking time. Like, he got a couple post moves that he's developing. You know what I'm saying? I like that. There's a few centers in the league that come in the league that actually develop their game. Most of them don't. Like DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins he's a good player, but he's not a great center. Do you get what I'm saying? He's a great player, but not a great center. Because he's not a true center to me. This guy shoot mid-range shots and three-pointers and shit like that. He try to be a shooting guard in a center's body. Like sometimes get your big Humpty Dumpty ass in the paint and smash on these hoes. What the fuck you doing? Shooting all these jump shots and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. And he got a shitty ass attitude. I'll take Andre Drummond over that motherfucker any day of the week. But anyway, like I like DeMarcus Cousins, but like I said, he's overrated when it comes to being a true center anyway. He's not a true center. He played more like a wingman than a center. I'm like, y'all ass like 300 pounds and like 7'2" and shit. Whatever the fuck. You should be in the paint banging on these fucking people. be banging on these motherfuckers like, bitch, on some Shaquille O'Neal type shit. Or at least develop some more post game in your arsenal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, fuck. James Harden, his defense is trash. He has no defense. He's all offense, no defense. And he's a flopper. That's another problem in the NBA. It's too much fucking flopping. When players they clearly flop when they know they don't have any defense. They flop their ass off. It's ridiculous, man. That shit fucking ridiculous. Then you got coaches. They scheming every coach that come across a bad free throw shooter on an opposing team use the intentional fouls the bad free throw shooter to send his ass to the line so they could get the ball back and it could slow down the momentum of the other team. And it pisses me the fuck off. They do that. They do that hacker Andre Drummond bullshit that pisses me off to no fucking end. They do that hacker DeAndre Jordan bullshit. That pisses me off to no end. It ain't even gotta be Andre Drummond, even though I'm a Pistons fan. It could be DeAndre Jordan. That shit still pisses me off because it slows down the game and that's a coward way out. That's weak as hell. Like they do that to DeAndre Jordan. Rajon Rondo, they do that to him too. Foul his ass. Send him to the line because he's not a good free throw shooter. They send his ass to the line. Motherfucker Dwight Howard. They send his retarded ass to the line. Because they're not good free throw shooters. I don't like that strategy, hacker player bullshit when your team getting his ass kicked because you can't stop the center on the opposing team. It be games that Andre Drummond just be fucking dominating these fucking teams. Like the Cavaliers and the Players. I know we got swept, but he was clowning the Cavaliers. But they knew the strategy to slow the Pistons down was to foul and fucking do the hacker Dre bullshit. And that fucked up the Pistons momentum so fucking much. Just imagine if that shit went in the game. The Pistons would have easily won 2 games against the Cavaliers. If you watch the games closely. They would have easily beat the Cavaliers at least twice. Because the Cavaliers, they was on the ropes. They had the motherfuckers on the ropes down there all series. But they got swept, so it's over with. So the NBA is boring as hell because they want the Cavaliers and the Warriors, and that's another problem. The NBA predictable as fuck. That's another fucking problem why the NBA is watered down and it's fucking boring as shit. Nobody want to watch this shit. Well, the fans of the teams do want to watch this shit, but I don't want to watch that shit. Like, that's why I haven't watched any series since the first round. It's fucking ass. It's ass. Like, what can I say? It's garbage. What you want me to say? Predictability, uninteresting, is not fun. The NBA is not fun to watch. So it's just as boring as hockey. As a matter of fact, I was more entertained watching the hockey games than the fucking NBA playoff games. On some real 100 shit. You know why? Because it's not as predictable. This shit is predictable. I don't want to watch this shit. If you gonna just have LeBron and the Cavaliers in the finals, I'm sick of seeing LeBron in the goddamn finals every goddamn year. I'm sick of that shit. I'm so tired of it. So, yeah, the NBA sucks cock. It sucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating. I'm just saying. It's boring. I'm not interested. You can keep that shit. Another reason why the NBA is boring or watered down. No defense. Teams play no defense. No defense. The defense is horrible. Every game you got teams putting up 120 and 130 and shit. Every goddamn game. Throughout 4 quarters. Because there is no defense whatsoever in these games. And it's fun to see teams to put up some points sometime, but not all the time. That just shows you how watered down the NBA is. That shows you that teams put no effort on the defensive end of the ball. It's just all offense, all three-pointers. That's it. You live by the three, you die by the three. That's how the game is nowadays. You don't see teams playing defense at all. I'm not saying you got a hand check because that's illegal now in the NBA because defense is too hard for Michael Jordan punk ass. So they had to install that shit in the fucking game. Teams don't have defense no more. Even teams in the early 2000s, like the San Antonio Spurs, the 03-04 Pistons, the Lakers, the Pacers and shit. Teams like that, they had defense in the early 2000s. Like, especially the 04 Pistons. That team used to hold teams under 70. Sometimes 60 points a game. Sometimes they'll hold you under 60. Teams in the NBA today, they will score 70 points in the first half. That's pathetic. It's terrible. The Pistons in 04, they'll hold a team under 70 throughout the entire game. That's the difference. No defense at all. It's trash. I don't want to see that. Not all the time. There's no variety in NBA games anymore. That's the problem. There's no variety. You don't have good defensive games anymore. You don't really see that anymore. All you see is high-octane offenses nowadays. That's all you see. Three-pointers. High-octane offense. What the fuck? That's why it's watered down. Man, I'll do anything to go back to the early 2000s, man, or the 90s era of basketball, man, because at least it was more entertaining to watch. It was actually defense in the fucking league. That's another problem with that. It's irritating. Shit. That's what the problem with the NBA is. That's why it's watered the fuck down. So I agree with Charles Barkley and Tracy McGrady. Which is Tracy McGrady, one of my favorite players ever. But so is Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, my favorite player ever, though. But yeah. But anyway, there's nothing there. It's no interest. I don't want to see. All the things I just named is the problems with the NBA right now. And that's why it's watered the fuck down. No defense, flopping, that hacker, whatever the fuck bullshit during the game. Usually teams will use that strategy in like the fourth quarter at the last minute or something when they down like maybe 3 points or something. They'll use that then. But not throughout the middle of the game. They won't use that shit in the second quarter with 8 minutes to go and shit. Like, that shit is weak. It's trash. It's pathetic. It's terrible. That's why the NBA watered the fuck down. It's soft, and the NBA is soft. Man, you got so many soft players in the NBA. There's no toughness factor to them. Shit, they all soft. Damn near every player is soft in the NBA. Shit. If they play against players in the 90s, they'll get smacked on. Michael Jordan would smack these motherfucking players in their face. If they was on the same team with Michael Jordan, he would punch them dead in their fucking shit. Like, he'll make sure your ass get tougher. Even though Michael Jordan, I thought he was a little soft one. But he's tougher than any player in the league right now. Shit. Just imagine if these teams played against the bad boy Pistons or the Knicks or some shit, the Celtics in the 80s or the early 90s. Just imagine if they played them teams. These teams will be crying and bitching and moaning and talking about, they play me too hard. They hit me on the floor too hard. Crying like a bitch. Man, NBA watered down, man. It's trash. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about this shit, man. That is my opinion on this. I went on long enough about this. Peace out, y'all. Hold on, wait a minute. Shout out to East One LB. This kind of response to his video too. Dante Chase, um, Amy Amy Warehouse. Shout out to the Ace Taker. Shout out to 313 Hitman. Dante Chase, Everything King. Um, LB. Already, I think I said it you already. Shout out to y'all, man. The Detroit versus Everybody crew. Nah, peace out.